Today, I will be talking about the Menendez case. The Menendez case is about two brothers, Eric and Lyle Menendez. They had killed both their parents, Jose and Kitty Menendez. This case had first opened on at 11:47 p.m. on August 20th, 1989. This had happened because of a 911 call was dispatched about a murder that had happened in Beverly Hills. Now you may be asking, a murder in Beverly Hills? In a place that's supposed to be a safe place for the wealth? It was concerning to everyone in the neighborhood and the internet. Now, since they were their sons, they wouldn't be suspected of murdering their own parents, especially for a very wealthy family. They were taken to the chronology on what they did the whole day, and they were together the whole day. So how would this have happened after a day out? In the time being, after the murder, maybe about a couple of days, they had gotten an inheritance of $14 million. They had been childish with their money, though, as Lyle was being childish and opening restaurants that he didn't really succeed in, and was attempting to, quote-unquote, succeed and continue on with his father's business. He only hired people that he knew from Princeton just because so they can leech on him for money. Different still, Eric was trying to figure out what to do with his life. He didn't want to go to college, nor did he want to do a business. So he decided to hire a tennis coach and continue on with his tennis career. Now, from October 24th to 1989 to March 8th, 1990, they had gotten a therapist as the name of Dr. Jeremy Oziel. Now, Dr. Oziel was their therapist, but he did collect recordings and notes on how they acted and how they were. And he also had collected evidence on how they did murder their parents. Now, he had only gotten that because Eric had confessed the murder to him. Lyle, on the other hand, was very frustrated and upset at Eric, but he did threaten Dr. Oziel that if he said anything to anyone, he'll kill him. Later in the afternoon on March 8th, Lyle and his friends were going out for lunch, and next thing you know, as they leave the place, there were officers everywhere surrounding to arrest him, although they did want to arrest both the brothers together. Eric was at the time at a tennis competition in Israel. But on March 26, 1990, they were both arrested and arraigned with charges of financial gain, lying in wait, and having loaded firearms. But in August 1995, there was a retrial with proof that they were abused, with family members even confirming it and seeing it happen multiple times in the weeks. Little background information about the parents. Jose Menendez came from a very athletic sports family. While his father was a soccer player, his mother was a swim competitor. Now, you may be asking, what could he have done wrong? Well, he had been sexually abusing his sons for well over at least 12 years. Most preferably when they were 6 and 9 years old. Kitty Menendez, on the other hand, was just an average, American lady living her life, pursuing in her career in dancing and theater. Now, motivation behind the crime was because of fear of what they have gone through. Jose Menendez had always been sexually abusing his own children, although Kitty Menendez was mainly just manipulating and neglecting them. It was solved to them having a life sentence, but now very recently there is possibility that they could be getting a retrial and also a possibility of parole time. Evidence that was found was mainly just recordings that Dr. Ozio had collected. The evidence was used in court with 3 tapes that strongly did show that they did kill their parents. Important takeaway from this case, although, is that why could they get less time for killing them, although it would be self-defense in their father because of the abuse they were currently going through at that time. They could at least get charges and time for killing their mother, as she didn't neglect them as much. She was just a manipulator and was always suicidal though, and used it against her own sons to maybe have it stop. Now, there could be a possibility that they could be getting parole maybe this year or sometime last year, but most likely they will be getting another retrial this year.